happening, everybody? Hello. Hey. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for being back here at the Carriage House Theater for week 2 of The Pitch. Before we go any further, let's take a moment to thank our incredible sponsor, without whom what we do here at The Pitch simply would not be possible. So let's have a big round of applause for Generation Grant. So, as you know by now, this is our 60th anniversary season, and as of yesterday, we are officially at the height of that season. We now have Anne of Green Gables running out at the Playhouse for another couple of days. If you haven't seen it yet, I don't know what's wrong with you, what you're waiting for. Make sure you go and see it. If you don't, trust me, you're not going to want to be the one person that had the chance to see it while it was here and didn't. Okay, so make sure you get tickets before it closes on Wednesday. Also, we have, obviously, the pitch is up and running. As you know, as of yesterday, Holiday Inn, the cast of Holiday Inn is in town. They are now in rehearsals. They were singing their faces off on some Irving Berlin yesterday. Their voices were bouncing around through the office. It was amazing. I was in heaven. You will be too when you come and see that show opening 2 weeks from now at the Playhouse. I'm not going to cut out a week of rehearsal. Sorry, guys. And then, of course, also running right now is our summer youth tour production, which is touring to parks and libraries all over Central and Western New York. So located on your tables tonight, and your table toppers, there's a page devoted to our summer youth tour. You can see when it's going to be at a park or library near you. Those are free performances. So bring your kids, grandkids, neighbors' kids, bring them over to the park. Check out the summer touring production of the Bremen Town Musicians. You can also check out those dates online, mgreducation.com. So how many of you, show of hands, are at the pitch for the first time tonight? Good. And how many of you are here not for the first time? Awesome, well, amazing. It's so great to see such a wonderful mix of people, so many people coming back week after week to join us here for new musicals, and also to see so many faces that are here for the first time. It's really amazing that you're all here supporting new musicals. A really cool thing. For those of you that don't know, after the presentation is over this evening, so you're going to see about 45 to 60 minutes of a new musical. After that's over, we're going to have a quick little 2-minute break, which is a really great opportunity to run to the bar and grab a drink or 3, run to the restroom. And then we're going to come back, we're going to have a talk back session with the team, and this is your opportunity to give them your feedback and ask them questions that you were wondering about and answer questions that they may have for you. It's really one of the most important aspects of what we do here at The Pitch, is giving these writers an opportunity to get feedback from an audience while their show is in its infancy. So we do hope that you can stick around for that. If for some reason you can't, you have to take off, you really need to get to Parker's really bad for a buffalo chicken wrap, I'm not projecting right now. If for whatever reason you can't stay, inside your playbill tonight there's a feedback form. We ask that you take a few moments to write your thoughts down for the team. There's a clear plastic box over there by the door with a big black arrow pointing down. You can put your feedback form in there. Everything that you have to say is valued and appreciated, so we hope that you will take a few moments to do that. A couple people that I forgot to thank earlier. We need to thank the Schweinfurth Museum for letting us use their parking lot. So let's give it up to Schweinfurth. We also need to thank the Cayuga Museum for allowing us the use of the beautiful Carriage House Theater, and of course providing the bar. Take a moment now to silence all of your noise-making devices, power them down preferably. While you're doing that, I will point out that there are emergency exits to my left and to my right, as well as directly down these stairs here. With all of that out of the way, I would now like to introduce you to the team of the Untitled War of the Worlds project.
What's going on, Oliver? How you doing?
Hey!
Setting up a microphone. How's it going? What's going on? Well, thank you so much for coming to the pitch. And thank you to Josh and Brett for having us back. This is my second time being in the pitch, and it's really sort of a very special opportunity to get to do a new musical at this stage for humans, for human people. And so thank you all so much for coming. This is, what you're going to hear tonight is the third time that we've ever done any material from this piece ever. The first and second being on Wednesday and Thursday. So thank you so much for coming, and thank you to Brett and Josh for having us back. So just a quick show of hands before we get going. How many of you guys are familiar with the War of the Worlds broadcast in the 30s? Oh wow, most of you guys. Well, that's amazing. For those of you who aren't familiar, let me just quickly give you like a brief backstory. So in 1938, Orson Welles, who was this filmmaker, screenwriter, actor, director, made movies like Citizen Kane, he adapted H.G. Wells' famous novel, The War of the Worlds, which is about an alien invasion of Earth. He adapted this in a way to make fake news bulletins that went out on CBS News from 8 to 9 p.m. on October 29th. So if you tuned into the radio on October 29th, 1938, you would have heard a news broadcast about simulating essentially an alien invasion of Earth. And that sounded completely realistic. So realistic, in fact, that many people fled their homes. Many people ditched their cars on the side of the road and decided to run for it. And it's suggested, though not proven, that some people jumped off the Brooklyn Bridge to avoid being killed by the aliens. Yes, I know. It's crazy, but yet it seemed so real, and it was done in a way that was completely realistic. You'd have no way of knowing the difference. So the piece you're going to see tonight takes place in 2018 at a family's holiday gathering as news reports are going to come in that it's very similar to what happened in 1938. Okay, that's one thing. The second thing I have to ask you guys is, has anybody here been to a Passover Seder? Okay, a small handful, less of you. This is all you have to know about a Passover Seder. Jewish people do it. It's like a holiday that like a range of Jewish people would do. So like if you're super religious, you have a Passover Seder. If you're like not really that religious at all, it's just something you do like Christmas or like Ramadan or whatever. It's just like a family gathering. But the one thing you have to know about it is that you get together to tell the story of Passover. So you read from this book and everyone tells the story. That's all you have to know. Okay. The last thing I'll quickly tell you is for the three of us are going to be playing a bunch of different roles, and sometimes we're actually going to be switching on and off. So sometimes we're going to be playing like two of us maybe play one role at some point. You'll follow it. But I just want to quickly tell you the family members in this family that you're going to see. You don't have to remember them all, just in the back of your head. There's Rachel, who's the mom of the family. There's her husband, Eric, who's a doctor. There's Rachel's brother, Richard, who's also a doctor. There's his wife, Debbie, right, got that? Rachel and Eric have one son, Josh, and he's bringing his girlfriend who's never been to a Passover Seder. Her name's Nicole. And then Debbie and Richard have one son named Skylar, who's super Jewish, but only recently. You'll find out soon. But all that matters, I know it's a lot of names, just tuck them away in the back of your head and be like, oh, that's them. So what you're about to hear is we're going to do the first like half an hour or so of the musical, and then we'll stop for a second, and then we'll just do some songs from the rest of it. Sound good? Yeah. All right, amazing. Everyone grab a handful of pretzels. No, really, they're good. Grab some pretzels. And sit back, relax. Thank you so much for coming. And this is the Untitled War of the Worlds project.
Lights up on the interior of a suburban kitchen in Fair Lawn, New Jersey, which is adjacent to a living room. A table is mostly set with some plates covered by aluminum foil. Rachel frantically putters around the kitchen. She continues to take things in and out of the refrigerator while Eric sits at the kitchen table reading an iPad.
Diet Coke! I forgot to get it from ShopRite. I think Rich only drinks Diet Coke. Are you listening? They'll be here any minute.
It'll be fine.
It won't be fine. How is it fine? How is it remotely fine? Can you please help me?
Yeah, I am.
He takes a bite of a sandwich.
You have to put that away now.
He takes another bite of the sandwich.
You know I'm working on this big dinner. Stop eating that.
It's fine.
She takes the plate away and throws out the rest.
If your nephew sees you eating bread, it's going to be a disaster. You saw all that I had to go through cleaning last night.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
You have to be nice. This is a lot for me. Could you at least help with the onions?
Eric sighs and stands up to help her. He picks up an onion.
What do you need me to do?
My brother's on the garden state. Your son has brought some kind of date. And in some wild twist of fate, my mother's coming too. Turkey's only halfway done. The table's only set for one. I'll trade my baser for a gun. A bullet for me and a bullet for you. Just help me for a couple of hours. Maybe throw a few hors d'oeuvres on a tray. Put your pants on for a couple of hours. Then they'll leave and be on their way. But right now they're on their way. Only thing to do is cook and pray. Everyone's on their way. And they expect us to provide a holiday.
Josh and Nicole enter through the front door.
Hello.
Oh, see, it's too late now. Oh my god, nothing's gonna be ready. Someone's gonna have to go and get Diet Coke. Hi, honey.
Hi, Joshy. Hi.
So this is Nicole.
So nice to meet you guys. Thanks for having me.
Of course, it's wonderful to finally meet you. Josh tells us so little about his life, we barely know anything.
Well, I've heard a lot about you.
The doorbell rings.
I'll get it.
Nicole just took the bar exam.
Wow, that must have been a lot of work. Was that a lot of work?
Oh, you have no idea. It was like a form of medieval torture. But a couple of sessions of hot yoga in between study sessions was kind of like my secret weapon.
That's where they make you do yoga in a convection oven.
Sort of. It's not really an oven. It's more of like a yoga studio, sauna / steam room. I go to a bunch of different ones on ClassPass.
ClassPass.
Look who's here.
It's an app. It's like a gym membership, but you can go to different studios.
Sounds expensive.
4 or 5 days every year, my mother calls the hummus schmear. My dad acts like there's no one here. Healthy, I know.
I promise you your family's fine. I'll meet yours like you met mine.
At least we get 4 cups of wine. Healthy, I know.
Just enjoy it for a couple of hours. Grin and bear it with a hug and a kiss.
But after just a couple of hours, we don't have to act like this. And we can be on our way. Beauty is we don't have to stay. Eat some matzah and we're on our way. Serve our time and that's a holiday.
Richard and Debbie enter the kitchen. Skylar walks in behind, wearing a yarmulke and a prayer shawl.
Hello, Richard.
Hi, how you doing?
It's very nice to
Oh,
see
you
all of
actually look fantastic. Have you been doing something new or anything?
Tyler, how are you?
Very good. Pesach Sameach. Thank you for having us in your home.
Of course, we're happy we could throw this together in time.
Did you have any problems with the Bir Chametz, the cleaning? I hope the book I sent was helpful.
It was Skylar, thank you. I never knew you could write over 100 pages on cleaning, but then again, I've never been very good at it, so what do I know? I mean, look at this house. I mean, in general, my house is always a wreck. The bread is gone, though. Don't worry. Here, let me get you a drink.
Do you have any Diet Coke?
Everyone slowly disperses. Rachel shows Skylar the beverage area, which Skylar sits down in front of, and pours an iced tea. Nicole wanders and explores the living room. Rachel ends up back in the kitchen preparing. Aunt Debbie says,
Josh, how's school?
"Oh, I graduated last year."
Oh my god, of course, I don't even know why I asked that. I remember all the pictures on Facebook, and we talked about everything at, gosh, I guess it must have been Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So, you're living in the city now, right?
Yeah.
And you're working on that business. Grandma's been telling me that your mother's been talking a lot about it.
Yeah, we're chugging away.
Remind me again, what is it?
Well, you know how sometimes you'll be on the highway driving somewhere and you notice that your gas tank is running low? And you may clock it, but it's not a good time to fill up, or you left your wallet at home or whatever, so you don't deal with it in the moment, you just keep driving. And then maybe a few hours later you realize, holy shit, I'm on E, or the gas light is on, or maybe worst case scenario, you're stuck on the highway.
Yes, yes, oh my god, this actually, it happened to me last week. I was driving home from Trader Joe's in the Garden State, and all of a sudden I realized that the check tire pressure light has been on for a mile. I ended up leaving it
that's
like that
actually,
for
like,
at
totally
least an
different.
hour because I had a book event to go to.
Oh, really?
Yes! I've actually been doing a bunch of those kinds of things lately. This latest one seems to have really been connecting with people. Did your mother give you a copy of the new book?
I don't think so. She might have forgotten.
Oh, that's terrible. I'll make sure you get one. I think you'll find it very interesting. It's all about the hidden erotic energies in astrology.
Oh, awesome. We just enjoy it for a couple of hours, grin and bear it with a hug and a kiss. But after just a couple of hours, we don't have to act like this, and we can be on our way. Beauty is we don't have to stay. We're on our way. Serve our time and that's a holiday.
The conversation continues between Eric and Uncle Richard, both doctors. It'll be almost 5 times as big.
Oh, wonderful. How many patients?
5 exam rooms at once, and then in-house labs, minor procedure OR, nursing stations, the whole thing. Can do a full hair restoration in under 2 hours. Same thing with wrinkle smoothing.
Is that shorter than usual?
Yeah. It would take a trip with that in another office. We'll officially be the most exclusive cosmetic dermatology facility in all of Central Jersey.
Well, good for you. Congratulations.
Where are you working now, Dr. St. Barnabas still?
Yeah, you know, it's crazy as always. On call tonight in the ER.
On a holiday? Why would they make you do that?
We're between residents and they don't stop heart attacks for holidays.
The conversation continues. Josh sits down next to Nicole on the couch. Josh says,
I'll tell them tomorrow.
I don't even want to start with you.
What?
You invite me to meet your entire extended
This
family.
isn't my entire family. This is just like the New York, New Jersey side.
After dating for 3 years, and you want me to lie to
It's
them?
not even gonna come up.
So when they ask me where I live, what am I supposed to say?
I don't know, with a roommate, Chelsea?
You're a fucking adult! You can tell your parents you live with your adult girlfriend.
Fine, you're right, I will. Tomorrow.
If it comes up, I'm not lying. Where's the matzo spray?
What?
It's supposed to be like a sweet Jewish pancake.
Okay, well done, but like you just said, pancake is in breakfast food.
Everyone's on their way.
Beauty is we don't have to stay.
Everyone's
on their way. Serve our time and that's a holiday.
Good to see you, hello. My, it seems like you've grown.
Let me help you to carry it all inside.
It's like there's nowhere to hide.
I think my chest is in pain. Check the clock on the wall. Only 6 hours remain. Help me for a couple of
Help
hours.
me for a couple
Help me
of hours.
listen
For a couple
Help me
of
listen to the
hours.
things that
Help me listen for the things that
hours. We can be on our way. They can be on their way. They can be on their way. Thank God for a goddamn holiday.
They all sit down to start the Seder. Uncle Richard goes to read. Okay, are we all settled in here? Okay? Okay. We start with the Kiddush over the wine.
Wine sounds good to me.
Everyone pours a glass of wine. Debbie says, happy you're old enough to have a drink now, Joshy.
All right. Blessed are you, God, our God, King of the universe, who has chosen us from among all people and raised us among all tongues and made us holy in his commandments. And you, God, our God, have given us in love. Is it Shabbat?
No.
Okay, then we skip this part here. And for you have chosen us and sanctified us from all of the nations, and you have given us as a heritage your holy festivals in love and in favor, in happiness and joy. Blessed are you, God, who sanctifies the Shabbat and Israel and the festive seasons.
It's not Shabbat.
Okay, no, we're just going to say that part. Okay. Now, the washing of the hands.
Nicole says to Josh, what does this mean?
I have no idea.
I'm fucking starving. I can eat all day.
Oh, I am so sorry.
Good job, sweetie.
They all take a sip of wine. Nicole is visibly disgusted or just surprised by what this wine tastes like. Josh and Nicole make eye contact. She smiles at him reassuringly. Debbie says,
Joshua, should you be drinking that?
okay, now on to the washing of the hands. The head of the house begins by washing his hands 3 times in the water, and Eric, that's you.
That's okay, Rich. I'll leave this one in your capable hands.
amazing.
You sure?
Yeah, positive.
All right then, where's the water?
Shit, sorry.
Come on,
I can get
Rachel.
that. Sorry, 1 second.
Do you need help, sis?
No, don't get up. Just give me a second.
Rachel runs to the kitchen. Nicole quickly glances at her phone just to see how long it's been since she last ate. Nicole
Yeah.
says,
Yo, check this out.
What?
There was an explosion on Mars.
Whoa, crazy.
Rachel hurries back with an overflowing bowl of water. She places it in front of Richard, and Debbie says,
It's too full. It's going to spill.
"It's fine.
I'm telling you, it's going to spill.
It's fine."
It's too full and spills a bit.
Okay. We rinse here.
Oh, Rachel, you filled it up too much.
I'm sorry, okay?
I'll clean it up, all right?
Thank you, dear. Someone cares about not making a mess.
Debbie goes to grab a towel while Rachel sits down, a bit upset. Richard pushes the bowl away.
3 times. That was once. You have to wash your hands 3 times.
Oh, of course, son, yep.
He washes them 2 more times.
Okay, now the parsley. Deb, why don't you dip that in the salt water?
Rachel says to Nicole, "This is for the tears of the Jewish people."
Oh, cool.
The Seder continues. Richard says,
Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who creates the fruit of the earth.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri ha'adam.
Yeah, right. Now we break the matzah into 2.
Oh, this isn't egg matzah, is it?
no, it's the one we always use.
Okay, and we'll hide this half of the afikoman later, right, Josh?
Yeah.
Good luck. You could win $5.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
This is the bread of affliction which our ancestors ate in the land of Egypt.
Halach man yadi achalu avatenu ba'ara di Mitzrayim.
This year we are slaves.
Hashata achal lashana haba'ar ba'ara di Israel.
Next year we shall be free.
Hashata avdi lashana haba'ar b'nei chorin.
Yeah, okay. And we place the matzah over here and pour a second glass of wine.
As everyone is pouring the second glass, Nicole says, "What did all that mean?"
How should I know?
You went to Hebrew school and did the whole bar mitzvah thing, didn't you?
Yeah, but you don't actually learn Hebrew in Hebrew school. Like, you learn how to pronounce some letters and make out in the supply closet.
All right, now it's time we get started.
Are you kidding me? Sorry, I didn't realize there was a prologue.
Rachel says,
It's all part of the Seder. It's a Jewish ceremony that tells the story of our slavery.
now the youngest person at the table recites the 4 questions.
All right, Joshie, you're on.
All right, I almost forgot. Okay. Ma nishtana halayla hazeh mikol haleilot mikol haleilot mikol haleilot. Why am I the youngest child when I am 24? Why do we sit around a table telling stories that we don't believe to relatives we mostly ignore? Why do I pretend to know the people in these chairs? Why do I let them ask me questions when they don't care what the answers are? I can see their empty stares at me, a stranger in a sea. I put on a smile and play the role of baby boy. Only for a while, I think I'll leave and just enjoy. Funny how we tell these ancient stories every year. Funny how the more we tell them, the less we seem to hear. Why do we recline instead of walking the hell out? Why do we skip the leavened bread when every other arcane policy we seem content to do without? Why? Even on holidays, my parents seem to fight. Why are the others so vindictive that it seems they view dysfunction with a sliver of delight? Or is it me? It's always hard to see. No one cares to ask me how I really feel today. And if by chance they did, who knows what I would even say. Funny how we tell these ancient stories every year. Funny how the more we tell them, the less we seem to. Here I go again. I should just be grateful, suck it up and count down till the end. But it's been years since I could look them in the eye, which begs the question, why, oh why? Parsley dipped in salty water tastes a lot like tears for the lucky chosen people who repress their own year after year. Funny that they make me ask these questions yet again. Strange I'm asking why, because I really wonder when they might get to know me. My family.
Good job.
Very good, Josh.
Nicole glances at her phone.
Well, guys, I'm sorry, but there was just an earthquake in New Jersey.
Wait, what?
Where?
Wait.
I thought I felt something.
Oh, stop it, Rachel. You would have felt an earthquake.
It's saying a 20-mile radius of Princeton?
See, you couldn't have felt anything.
I don't know. Well, I hope everyone is all right.
I'm sure it's fine. Couldn't have been anything too major. I haven't gotten any alerts for anything.
Me neither. I have the biggest news sources on alert. I would have gotten something.
Right, but this is CBS.
Well, let's keep going then, all right? Bottom of page 5, we'll all read. We were slaves to Pharaoh in Egypt, and God brought us out with a strong hand and an outstretched arm. And if God had not brought our ancestors out of Egypt, we and our children and our children's children would still be subjugated to Pharaoh in Egypt. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just getting a lot of alerts here. They're saying the earthquake was actually some kind of an explosion.
Oh my God! A terrorist attack in New Jersey! Oh my
Wait,
God!
what was it? A bomb? What are they saying?
It's saying it was some kind of device landing. They don't know what it is yet.
Oh my God! It's North Korea.
All right, relax over here.
Relax. We don't know that. It could be a lone wolf. It could be ISIS. It could be anything.
Oh my God!
Dad, can we put on the news? Josh stands and goes over to the television in the living room. He turns it on. Let's just see.
Yeah, with the healthcare debate raging on, it seems that Senate Republicans may be forced to pass a filibuster-proof bill to usher any kind of package through to the House before Tuesday.
See, they didn't even say anything. Turn on CBS. Josh changes the channel.
For those of you just tuning in, we're live from Groversville, New Jersey, updating you on our developing story. It's been reported that there has been some kind of impact or explosion here in this rural area. We don't have any confirmation from local police about the nature of the scene, but again, what we do know is that the small earthquake from earlier this evening seems to have been related to the impact or explosion that occurred moments ago here in Wilmouth Farm.
It's North Korea, or ISIS, or Russia. Who knows? Where do we go? What do we do?
Look, Rachel, we'll stay posted on what's going on, honey. We're all here. We're all safe. Look out the window. Everything seems fine. If there's anything we need to do, someone will call us. The hospital would have paged me by now if there was a real emergency. So I could promise you this isn't something huge. Might be as small as a transistor blowing out. We have no idea.
He's right.
I haven't gotten paged either.
From who?
From my patients.
Why don't we keep reading, huh? Josh can keep the TV on. Okay, Rachel? Fine. Okay.
All right then. We were on the top of page 7, the 4 children. Deb, you want to read the top of page 7?
Oh, whoa, look.
Turn it up.
Eric turns up the television.
Mr. Wilmot, who owns the farm where this thing has just fallen in, and Jeff, just to convey the atmosphere, the background of this scene, as you can see, hundreds of cars are parked in a field behind us here, and police are trying to block off the roadway leading into the farm, but Jeff, there's not much use, and they're breaking right through. And Jeff, if you listen closely, you can make out an almost humming sound that seems to come from inside the object, which experts are now calling a meteorite.
A meteorite?
See, well, there you go. No terrorist attack.
I'm not trying to alarm anyone, but do you remember on 9/11, at first they thought it was a missile, and then some kind of problem with air traffic control, and then they realized what was going on?
Oh, come on.
I'm telling you, this is no meteorite. This is a terror attack, plain and simple.
Stop getting upset.
Oh, I'm really glad that's easy for you to say.
Can we continue the Seder, please?
Let's see, can we turn on Fox, please? I don't trust liberal media.
Debbie takes the remote and changes the channel to Fox. Markets are at an all-time high, and I think a lot of that is thanks to a particularly high Dow.
See, that's weird. Something must be up because they would be reporting
Can
on
we
it.
please keep going with the Seder, please? She must be unconfirmed, okay?
Yeah, nothing on Twitter either, and I have over 6,000 followers from the book.
Is that how Twitter
Well, I
works?
just feel like
Can everyone just please stop for a
probably,
second? If you're not going to listen, I don't understand
Excuse
what you're going to do. I don't know what-
excuse me. I'm sorry, but we just got to the second glass of wine. There's no need to panic about a TV show.
The news.
And it's not good to start the Seder and keep stopping like this. Now, we don't have to do it in Hebrew, but can we please keep going? Please? Please.
Amen.
Okay. So we're up to the plates. That's page 10. Everyone pour the second glass of wine.
Those around the table pour a second glass. Debbie pours a full glass and downs it, then refills. Oh my God, the TV!
Josh runs over and turns it up.
Folks, this is the most terrifying thing that I have ever witnessed. Someone is crawling out of the top of the hollow meteorite. Someone or something. Oh my God, it's wriggling out of it like a gray snake. Now another one. Oh, and another one. They look like tentacles there. I can see the body. It's large as a bear, and that face is indescribable. Oh my God, the whole thing is racing up. We're going to have to find a different position.
Folks, we're having some signal issues from Groversville. We'll check in as soon as we can.
I have to go to the kitchen. I have to check on the food.
Rachel runs to the kitchen and locks herself inside.
Maybe you should go with your dad. Shh, listen.
I'll give you every detail as long as I can talk, as long as I can see. More state police have arrived. They're keeping their distance. They're studying the object. Well, it seems the head of local police is advancing with something in their hands. Hope, can you see this, folks? I've never seen anything like it in my life. There's a hump shape rising out of the pit, almost a small beam of light against the. Oh God, it's attacking the officers and everything in sight. Oh God, it's all catching fire!
Eric turns the television off. Josh says,
Why did you do that?
Because this isn't real.
How do you know that?
How do I know that aliens didn't just come out of a meteorite and light police on fire? Come on, it's a hoax.
it looks pretty convincing.
It looked like a cheap Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah, but maybe that's because your TV is not so good.
I'm going to go a step further than Eric on this one. I think the whole thing is a hoax.
Maybe we could at least check another station again? Eric turns on the TV and changes the channel. Oh, and right down the center, he is running it. He is running down the 20-yard line, 10-yard line.
Eric mutes it. Satisfied they wouldn't be airing a game during an alien invasion.
How do you know what goes on during an alien invasion?
Please, Joshua, give it a rest. Yeah, I mean, come on, like, we need to stop.
Could everyone please stop yelling,
Nicole
please?
says to Josh,
How come you guys are like Jewish, but your cousin is like Jewish?
He didn't used to be. He went on birthright and they brainwashed him. Yeah, I'm dead serious. He was going to Ohio State, takes a free 1-week trip to Israel, and decides not to come home for 3 years. Finally comes back and moves to Crown Heights and does this.
Debbie overhears the end of the conversation.
Are you in Brooklyn as well? No, I live with a friend in Chelsea. That's nice. There's actually a very nice little gemstone shop in Chelsea. That might carry my next book.
Josh and Skylar have a separate conversation nearby. I'm sorry we keep stopping. Must suck for you. Oh, you know, to be doing this in the middle of a Seder.
Oh, it's okay, Josh.
So aliens, huh? Any chance you think it's real?
Oh, it is real.
You think?
Absolutely. Not aliens, though. That's the end of the first part of our show. How you guys doing? So at this point, what happens is essentially Anne decides to stay in Green Gables. No, actually, the news starts getting crazier and crazier, and what we're going to do for you now is we're going to just do some songs from the rest of the show, and I'll sort of talk you through it. So the news is getting crazier, and what happens is the family ends up boarding up all the doors and windows and locking everything, moving all the furniture against everywhere, so nobody can get in or out. But at the same time, Nicole hasn't eaten all day because she wanted to be a good guest at this party, at this Seder. But the one thing about Seder is that you really don't eat for a while as it is, and this becoming the Seder from like Looney Tune land, it's getting really bad. She's starving, and also they won't let her leave because they think the aliens are here. So Nicole runs into the bathroom, locks herself inside, and even though she's never been religious, and she's certainly not Jewish, she decides to pray because she doesn't know what the heck to do. And Nicole sings this song, locked in the bathroom.
Dear God, it's been a while since we last spoke. I hope you're well. The past half hour has been kind of rough, as you can tell. I've never been the kind of person who really believes that there's anything up your sleeve. This was supposed to be a chance for us to both unwind. The past few weeks I've had a lot of shit that's on my mind. Compared to this, the bar exam was a piece of cake, or a salad or a steak. I'm just so goddamn hungry that I'm actually talking to God. I thought the Jewish people love to eat. Ain't that a fraud? When one comes over for dinner, one expects that they will be fed. Instead, we're wasting our breath while I literally starve to death. My family starts you off with bread, maybe a little cheese. Now the lack of sourdough somehow relates to parting seas. Oh, did I mention that everyone is losing their minds? Thanks for the subtle signs. Jesus, if you're listening, I know you were once a model Jew. I never went to church, but if you're there, I beg of you, let all the people on the news get out and make it okay, and get a girl a parfait. I'm just so goddamn hungry. I should ask for some kind of snack. Too bad my boyfriend's mom is busy having a panic attack. When one comes over for dinner, one expects that food will be served. They think it's our final breath, while I could starve to death. Is all around us, explosions from the sky. Here I thought I'd join the family, didn't think we all could die. Lord, if you're listening and I make it out alive, I think I learned my lesson. Next time I'll be sure to drive. I'm just so fucking hungry. Time to haul us out of here. Holidays make you thankful for every other day of the year. When one comes over for dinner, one expects they're able to leave. Maybe that thought was naive. Who knows what's left to believe? I'm done with holding my breath while we literally starve to death.
Nicole decides she has to escape from this house. At the same time, the conversation inevitably turns to Skylar, who was a sort of flunk out until he went to Birthright and came back a devout Jew. And eventually the family is forced to ask him what the heck is going on with this guy, and he sings this song basically explaining what happened over there. So Skylar sings this. Another Wednesday evening, I smoke a bowl in my car and settle in for the night. I've got school in the morning, but I don't set my alarm and let my final passing grade slip away without a fight. Turned 18 and lonely, too old to not have a plan, too young to know how to make one. Started to see my chances are done. Tell my buddy from high school, says he's leaving next week for an all-expense paid trip. I say, man, fuck, that sounds like fun, cause I was lost. Friends going to college while I barely learned to drive. Yeah, I was lost. Too hard to acknowledge, but I barely felt alive. So I checked this trip is really free and asked my friend to book a spot for me, 'cause I was lost. We hang out in the desert. I get stoned with Israeli girls every night. Eat all the hummus that's in sight. The week goes by in an instant, getting ready to leave, until a voice deep in my head says, you should miss your flight. I apply for a visa. A rabbi finds me a flat while we wait for it to clear. No clue why I am here. I start to study the Torah. The voice in my head says, this is where you're supposed to be. But I still feel so much fear. I still feel lost. Living in a country an ocean and a half away. Now truly lost. Barely speaking Hebrew, barely know a word to say. And after a year and a half in Tel Aviv, it still feels like I'm not supposed to leave. Why is it that I smoke? Why don't I know who I am? Is it all part of a plan, or am I just lost? Never the smart one, never the MVP. Pay no attention to Skylar, oh man, he's lost. Doesn't have a future, who knows who will ever be. I go to the holy city crying. I lean up against the western wall. And now I realize I have nothing left to lose. So I get on my knees and pray. And listen for what God has to say. So I turn and walk away. I see Elijah at the western wall, and he smiles at me. He smiles at me. Elijah at the western wall. For the first time I'm not lost. For the first time I have something to believe. And then the next day I leave. Nicole decides, now that she can't escape from the house, that she has to make it into the kitchen, at least to find something to eat. And of course, Rachel is still locked in there having her own panic attack. Nicole and Rachel obviously didn't really get along from the beginning of this. Rachel's not crazy that Josh is dating her. But they start to talk, and they start to get to know each other a little bit. And Nicole, in an effort to have this woman calm down, because she's truly on the breaking point, decides that they decide they're going to do something together, and Rachel comes with the idea that they're going to bake cookies, which you can't even do on Passover. But they decide they're going to bake cookies, and it's sort of a bonding moment between the two of them, and they sing this song, Rachel and Nicole.
Take the flour in your hand and slowly pour in the water. I was about her age when my mother left and said I'd better learn this to pass down to my daughter. In the end I had a son. We tried for 2 kids, but it was meant to be that he's our only one. Things were different then. We kept the front door open. When I was bored, my mom would teach me a new recipe.
my dad, well, he could make us anything.
Keep it steady now and add in just a touch. The thing that always gets ya is putting in too much.
Growing up as one of five, we didn't get much one-on-one. My dad would cook to keep us all alive.
Things were simple then. Strange we all were children. Making chocolate cookies was our favorite recipe.
And standing in the kitchen sort of brings me back to just my mom and me.
So take it slow.
Stir with one hand, tasting as you go.
Having so much fun. You barely realize that the thing you've been preparing is done. Things were different then. In memories, time is frozen. And every so often, I think of who I used to be. But I'll always have the kitchen where I can make my favorite recipe.
And with that, Rachel and Nicole leave the kitchen. So now, Pidgeons. Pidgeons, we're going to do something which is terrifying for us. Which we're going to do a song that was written and learned today. So you guys have, like, when you see Wednesday and Thursday around town, you'll be like, yeah, but we were at Friday. Or potentially you'll be like, we were at Friday and we have this video, and oh my goodness, it's ridiculous. So we're gonna try this, but you know, we're gonna try it. The news is getting crazier. The news is getting so crazy, and everyone's freaking out and doesn't know what's real, what's not real, what to do.
Did you hear what they said?
I don't know, I don't know.
Ships are flying overhead.
We should go, we should go.
No, you stay right here. Quiet, we need to hear. Okay, I'm freaking out.
Just relax.
He said without a doubt.
Bunch of quacks.
I don't know what to feel. How could this be real? Save us, where do you go? When the world falls down and you don't even know what you know. Save us, what do you do when you can't tell what's fake and what's come true? Did you hear what they said?
I don't know, I don't know.
Ships are flying overhead.
We should go, we should go.
No, you stay right here. Quiet, we need to hear. Okay, I'm freaking out.
Just relax.
He said without a doubt.
Bunch of quacks.
I don't know what to feel. How could this be real? Save us, where do you go? When the world falls down and you don't even know what you know. Save us, what do you do when you can't tell what's fake and what's not true? If they're about to arrive, is there a chance we could survive? How do you try to comprehend? Is this real? Is this the end? Is this pretend? Save us, where do you go when the world falls down and you don't even know what you know? Save us, what do you do when you can't tell what's fake and what's not?
Something dramatic happens there, but we're not going to tell you. So the night goes on, the night continues, and at a certain point, it seems like this may be the end. The aliens may be here. We may not have much time left. And because of that, people it's affecting these people in a way that, if you remember at the beginning of the show, Rachel and Eric are married, certainly, but they are not really, in many ways, married. They're living together, and they're coexisting, and they are functioning, but they're not talking. They're not really together anymore. And because of the situation that's outside and now inside, Rachel sings this song to Eric.
I was lost trying to get home from grad school. I had thrown out my back on a ski trip, so against all my instincts, I asked you, a stranger, for a ride. You said my neck brace looks cool. Got my number, got a date, got a bottle of wine from Chateau CVS. Never wanted to stay here in Jersey, so when you asked if I traveled the world, the answer was yes. Just have to wait for success. Didn't tell my folks when you moved in. When my friends would ask, I wouldn't know where to begin. Down in Galloway, got my degree, got a couple years older. You asked if I wanna get hitched, and I said okay. 30 with the baby on the way. Never really liked New Jersey, but we need space to live and play. Someone help, I've fallen far away from you. You'd never say it, but I know you feel it too. Oh, quick, someone pinch me, I'm in someone else's life. Quick, someone save me, barely feels like I'm your wife. They say
Thank you guys so much for having us.
We're just taking a real quick break, so this is a great chance to get another drink, run to the restroom, and we'll be back in a couple minutes for our talk.